Why doesn't Bama hang out with white girls? I don't see people for race at all, and I love my friends, and I don't judge based off skin color, complexion.
Some women don't compete by leveling up, but they compete by curating their surroundings. That was a word. That was a word. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pretty Janae, and in today's video, we are going to talk about Alabama Barker and her whole drama that she got going on with RJ and Somaya. So, girls, if y'all don't know who Alabama Barker is, which I'm sure people may know who she is, but she is the daughter of Travis Barker, who is a famous drummer, and her stepmom is Kourtney Kardashian. So she grew up in a world where she had financial resources, power, and all of the things, right? And influence. And so she is now a trending topic because, which she's no stranger to. If you know the history, you know.
Breaking down what the fuck is going on TikTok today, Alabama Barker and Bhad Bhabie drama explained. This all started back in December 2024 when Bhad Bhabie got on Instagram and posted an Instagram story saying, I don't have a baby daddy anymore because Alabama Barker took him. She alleged that Alabama Barker was sleeping with her boyfriend slash baby daddy, Levon. Then Alabama Barker posted on her story and was like, no, I didn't. I wouldn't want that man. He's a bum. And then she also got online and talked about how in Vegas, Levon like hit her with a bottle. That's where that feud started. Then after this, the Bop House drama with Camila happens. You can reference my other whiteboard video on that. Alabama Barker is the daughter of Blink-182 drummer Travis Barker, and her stepmom is Kourtney Kardashian. She's an LA influencer. She posts a lot of Get Ready With Me TikTok live videos. She's also an aspiring rapper. And Bhad Bhabie is the Cash Me Outside girl from Dr. Phil that went viral back in the day. She's also a rapper, Gucci flip-flops, and she's also an OnlyFans model. So the drama gets started in December 2024 when they started posting Instagram stories back and forth. The issue here is that Alabama Barker and Bhad Bhabie were at one point really good friends. Bhad Bhabie feels betrayed by Alabama, basically flirting and trying to get with her man behind her back, and says that like they did hook up. Alabama Barker saying no, that didn't happen. Accuses Alabama Barker of being known for doing this to her friends' boyfriends, trying to get with them. During this 2024 era, they actually broke up when Bhad Bhabie was accusing Alabama of getting with him. Also note this, Bhad Bhabie had just had a baby with Levon. During this time, Bhad Bhabie had actually also finished up battling cancer. They have their own history of like domestic abuse. Bhad Bhabie and Levon got back together. They posted like an Instagram picture together. So people were like, Bhad Bhabie, like that's on you for taking that bum man back. In January 2025, Bhad Bhabie releases a diss track called Overcooked, directed at Alabama Barker, basically saying that Alabama Barker allegedly had an abortion and Tyga was the baby daddy.
Currently, she's trending because she's had a falling out yet again with another set of girls, but specifically with RJ and Somaya.
Can you hear me? Okay, so basically me and Somaya got into a small argument. It wasn't anything that serious. And then Somaya brought somebody in the car that I didn't know. Her name was also Malaya. I told Somaya, can you please have her leave? I don't know her. I don't really move like that. And then she was like me to this girl, I guess. And I wasn't being rude to this girl. I just didn't know her, and I don't move like that. I try to move strategically. People have it out for me. People don't like me. I just don't hang out with everybody. I hung out with Somaya and Ari and Janellis because I knew them, you know? So then that happened, and then me and Somaya made up. Then me and Ari got into an argument, and Ari went and called Malaya after our argument, and Malaya basically told her all my business, which is expected because Malaya and me don't get along. Ew, I'm sorry.
Now, because I'm sick of you hoes. First off, fuck you, Somaya. Literally fuck you. I hate you. You're weird as fuck. Let me tell you why.
You talk to them like they kids, like they your fucking maids, they your slave or something. Like, bro, don't let me call Malaya. Malaya was in the, oh, bro, my God. Like, not that Malaya.
She want me to call her.
Yeah, like, they wanted me and her to talk it out, but I'm already in my mad because the way you went about shit, like, you could call her. I don't give a damn.
I'm finna get my husband phone. What's up?
I'm not no kid. Talk about mouth off. Who the fuck do people be feeling like? But you and her, she mad because I didn't come in the car and ask her, like, are you okay? Because her and somebody was arguing about something so fucking stupid. I just met both of y'all. Like, what the fuck? That bitch wanted friends. Like, then, like, we went on stream because she was trying to make another hoe mad. Like, it was never like, no, everybody come out here. That's what everybody thought. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that too. Like, okay, everybody, but then she made everybody sign yes. Everybody like, I don't know, we can record in the house, da da da. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. So trying to explain so she can leave. But yeah, I don't really be linking, but girl, the tea she thinks she got on me is me having a threesome with my nigga. Okay, I'll take any bitch down with him. My son living in Cleveland.
You can walk until your feet get sore. I bet you walk back. I bet you walk.
All she has to do is tell me when she wants to leave. I just don't know when they be wanting to leave, and then I'm stuck. Yeah, cause me, she booked me a round trip for Monday. Okay, so this is like sometimes like if like I'm hanging out with new girls and they want to come out, whatever, like I'll give them like a weekend, right? So like if we get along, we got a weekend. Like, you know, one of the girls, I didn't get along with her. So she left.
I wish they could resolve it, but shit happens.
Listen, if I gave a story time of what this girl did, it would probably irk her to go online and be stupid. I just felt so tried, like, whatever the case may be. So, like, then she left on the day. Actually, she didn't like me, but she extended her flight, like, twice. But, you know, sometimes we just don't clash. Some people don't clash well together, and there's just differences and different opinions, and there was 7 of us. There's 7 girls, and, you know,
any other time, I got right through the gate. She left me at the gate purposely for 30 minutes. Everybody in the car, me, Lena, Camo, and Aries. So then I'm calling Janelle's. Janelle's would hang up the phone. She's hanging up Janelle's phone as she knows we're stuck at the gate. That's really childish. She's texting. She's like, I don't know why it's not working. The guards at the gate are saying because she didn't call them yet. She's not answering the phone. Her phone, when you call her, all her devices in her room ring. So she knows when somebody's calling her, regardless if it's on D&D or not. All her stuff is ringing. So she knows that the guards is calling her, and she's purposely not answering the phone. That's 1. 2. Hold on.
Lena and Camo.
She said Alabama felt left out when she went to go eat with Lena and Camo without inviting her. That's a lie. You're asleep. You sleep till 6 p.m. every day. How am I gonna invite you?
We're gone.
I text her and I always wake her up before I leave her house. I'm not the kind of person to sit around all day and wait till you wake up in a house with no food. I like to eat. I'm gonna get up and go get me some food because I'm grown.
Samaya had called them and was like, can you guys come eat with me?
No, that's not what happened. They called me and they was like, hey, do you know where the food's at that the chef had cooked prior to? I'm like, it's not here. Nia told me that it was over there in the fridge. They FaceTime me because they've never been in her house before. They've never been in her kitchen. And I'm guiding them, telling them where to go. They get to the kitchen and they're asking around. And then the maid said that they threw the food out.
I was in my feelings a little bit like, damn, why didn't they wake me up? I would have wanted to came and ate. Not till Lena.
No, she wouldn't have.
Because Samaya was the one that told them to come over. So I kind of just felt left out, like, for real. Like, I just kind of felt left out. I wasn't mad, though. So then Janelle comes in my room and she's like, Samaya, I just got off the phone with Samaya, I'm gonna go over there. Or no, you don't want to be by yourself. I was like, I would not like to be, not even gonna do that. Like, we're not even gonna do that. There's so much shit that was said. I know all of their business. That's why no one's airing anything out. I know everyone's business.
I know her business too. What the heck?
They know some shit about me.
And I'm not trying to be the one, but in the midst of all this Epstein stuff, why don't y'all find it weird that there's a white girl inviting and flying out all these girls to our house? There's something very weird about her doing that. You're a Nepo baby, you're 20 years old, and you don't have a solid friend group by now. And then they're in the house, and then you're seeing the videos, and there's videos of them kissing and stuff. It's like, wait, what's going on here? It's like they're almost soft launching X work in front of us. But society has already trained us to not see rich people who do things like that as weird. I find it very weird that she's inviting these girls to our house and participating in very homoerotic shit.
And so essentially what is happening is Alabama Barker flew RJ and Somaya out, and they have since fallen out, right? But I want to talk about more on outside of the surface level of like them falling out, right? I do want to talk about the fact that why is it that Alabama Barker is always befriending women of a certain aesthetic, more specifically Black women of a certain aesthetic in the culture? And I'm not saying she can't be friends with Black women or whatever the case may be, but people are saying she should not be friends with Black women who have that Instagram baddie aesthetic or that Instagram bottle girl aesthetic.
She only hang out with Black girls. White girls have just as much drama in their friend group as well. It's the type of Black girls that she's hanging out with. She's not hanging out with bougie Black girls. She's hanging out with like the bottle girl archetype, like in proximity to I talk to a rapper ass crunchy laying a wig. Like, she's not hanging out with girls on her level. These girls don't even know that you're supposed to put your napkin in your lap. Like, what the hell? Like, we're talking about you're bringing these type of women to Hidden Hills with 2 and 3 security checkpoints. I've been to a Kar Jenner's house. You have to go through security checkpoints to get to their house. Like, I can't even believe some of these people you're inviting into this neighborhood. Like, and it's not even them. It's people even like below bottom barrel. Like, what are we talking about? And this is not to take up for her. I'm just saying, like, I hate seeing that comment. It's like, you can hang out with trashy ass white girls as well. Like, she's choosing to be with a certain type of black girl. You see, she's not running around with Jody Woods anymore. Like, come on.
Or they're saying she's not friends with white girls because she doesn't fit the aesthetic. But
Alabama don't hang with her actual peers because she's fat to them. Okay, they consider her fat. I'm not calling her fat. To me, she's not fat. That's not fat. That is a mid-sized body right there. She looks healthy. She looks good. But her peers think she's a whale. And that's why she can't hang out with them, because she does not stand out. A white girl with some meat on her bones, with some nice curls in her head and a lace and makeup done around some black girls, she stands out in that. So, yeah.
she has been under fire for a lot over the years because of her appearance, because she's a very young girl with a very mature look. Even when she was in high school, when she was 16, 17, she had a very mature look for her age, from the hair, from the clothes that she wear, from the makeup, and just how she appears aesthetically to the world was very mature, but it was also given the aesthetics of a certain culture within the black community, right? I think she intentionally befriends women of a certain status because she is able to gain from it in a lot of ways, and not gain from it in the ways of like she can just take from the culture, the black culture, or the certain aesthetic of the black culture, but because she can gain social dominance over them because she grew up with financial resources, influence, and all of the things, right? And so her flying them out and showing them a good time and getting a private chef and doing all of the things, right? She's able to have a certain level of influence over them, to have a certain control. And she stands out because she is a black girl. I mean, she is a white girl, excuse me, with a certain black girl aesthetic. And if you put her in a pool of like black girls with the same aesthetic, she's going to stand out more. So it's a bit of what I want to call in this video cultural opportunists, right? Because it is when white people hang out with black people, and at the end of the day, right, they're still white, they still have their white privilege, and it's given very much so Malibu Most Wanted.
Alabama Barker is dangerous, and I'm going to explain to you why. She is under the understanding that she can pay for friends. She's a insecure little girl. How do I know she's insecure? Because she's pretending to be black. We'll put a pin in that. I'm not going to explain any further. A little girl who is insecure, who is paying for access to a culture, is upset that that access has autonomy. What do you mean? I paid for y'all's flights to come out here with me. She knew she was going to black people, rappers, studios, and she needs black women with her. Why would she want to be the only blonde-haired, wig, lace-wearing white girl around a bunch of rappers in a studio? No, that doesn't look right, because now she looks like a fucking fool. She can't call normal white girls in there with her. She can't call her sister in there, who is a normal fucking white girl. I wonder why. Anyways, she cannot do that. She needs these black people, these black little girls, to go with her, or it doesn't work. Now, she paid for them to go with her. And they're not being little minions and little slaves like she wants them to. And the first thing she does is, I pay for y'all to come out here and y'all left me. I don't have no friends. The little black girls is asking real good questions. Why is we into it this bad over this? It was never, ever, ever about the fact that she brought another girl in the car with her. It was about the fact that she felt like she wasn't the preference. It was about the fact that they were willing to leave her to go be around another girl, because them little girls kept saying, well, I'm gonna go with Somaya, I'm gonna go with Somaya. Do you know how bad Alabama wants to fucking look like Somaya? I don't know Somaya. I don't know her. I don't have a dog in the fight, but it is a little light skin. I saw Somaya, she a little light skinned black girl. I don't know if she's biracial, but Alabama would give her left fucking tit to look like that girl. I promise you that. And Somaya laying there, she don't got a lace in her head. She got a thick hair, full of hair. She got a little wrap. She chilling. Face, black features, natural, chilling. Somaya didn't even have no makeup on. And I said, Alabama can't stay in this bitch. I just knew it, because when you're around somebody who wants to be you, even if they have more money than you, they're not going to like you. Even if they have both parents in their life, if they have access, if they have riches, fame, fortune, they're not you. And that girl showed how she felt about that girl that fucking quick. And when them friends that was all being paid to come out there and hang with Alabama went with the girl that Alabama wants to be and look like, oh, Alabama got her white ass on motherfucking live, start crying white woman tears. I just want friends. And then guess what? Her true color showed. That little white fake ass thing, she said it herself. She said, I had to grab my balls. She said it herself. Oh, my white tears ain't working. Now I'm about to be real white. I'm about to expose you bitches. I know who pick you up from my house. They got to sign the gate. I pay for this. I pay. She's being her. That's who she is. That little white girl crying. Guys, because when she was crying, y'all ain't see her. She took a break crying and said, can y'all hear me? Girl, what the fuck? Like, why? Why would you get on there and ask these people, can they hear you? To make sure they can see that you crying. No. Jealousy is dangerous. White woman. Jealousy is dangerous. That's a whole, them the same women that made black women cover their body when they was getting raped by their, y'all need to just sit down and tap right here and think about what's going on. This don't have nothing to do with that girl bringing another girl with her. It has something to do with her wanting to be her, and now she has an opportunity to expose how she felt about her in the beginning, because it's just no way. That girl sitting up there, laying up there, light skin with a hair full of thick hair, with black features, no makeup on. Alabama didn't have surgery. She didn't took weight loss pills. She wearing wigs. She wearing lace. She changing her accent. She changing how she talk. She don't like herself. And you got a girl laying down streaming without the money, the fame, fortune, and a famous daddy. And she still don't like her. So know your surroundings. Know that that white girl is not your friend. And be careful. Watch out, because they will ruin your life if you hurt their feelings, which she is trying to do.
Alabama Barker's continued success does send a very disgusting message to black girls. And I've been waiting to talk about this for a couple of months now. Alabama Barker is somebody who I don't personally watch for my own. Alabama Barker started as Travis Barker's, white daughter. She was living in white suburbia. Her entire life, she's been raised in a very upper echelon of white suburbia. And to see this type of girl do a complete 360 is not unusual. A lot of white women and white people, but I specifically know white women do this. And nowadays, so many white men are doing this. But a lot of upper echelon white girls, or not even just upper echelon white girls, but they have these identity crises against suburbia where then, okay, I'm going to rebel. And what's the complete opposite of whiteness? And, in their eyes, in white people's eyes, what's their way of rebelling? Oh, I'm just going to act black, which is so sick and demeaning when you really start to think about it. But yeah, okay, I'm just going to act black. That's when you'll see them. Okay, now I'm going to hang out with all the black girls because, we know that the way this usually works is black girls, Latina girls, girls of color in general will start wearing something, and then 7 to 10 years later, white girls will pick up to it, like the shark boots or whatever the case may be. Like there are so many different examples of this in history. But what they'll do is they'll go and get those friends, they'll start, They'll literally start sucking their energy. Okay, teach me how to do this. Teach me this. Okay. Okay. You wear this. Oh, you wear that. Oh, you talk like that. Oh, you get your nails done like this. Oh, you talk to boys like this. Or, oh, boys, you know what I'm saying? And then the message that it sends to black girls, because you guys have to understand the current political climate that we are in, especially as a black woman. Ever since the red pill content has been as big as it is, the biggest focus obviously, was women, but the people who got the worst end of the stick was, of course, black women. So not only were they attacked for being women, they were attacked for being black women. So things were added as, they're not, they're ghetto. Oh, they're unwilling to deal with. They're uneasy to deal with. They're not submissive. They're this, that, and the third. They're fat. They're, all of these different things. They're too ghetto. They don't wear their natural hair. They're always wearing wigs. They're always wearing weaves. Mind you, all white girls, literally, most of the white girls that I know, and most of the white girls at my school have heads full of extensions. No shade to anyone. But you're getting my point. All of these things have been attached to black girls. Oh, they wear weaves because their hair is disgusting and their hair is the least desirable and they're the least desirable. And then people like Alabama Barker, so not just only black men uplift her, or black women do too, which is a weird thing because you see it's like they repackage everything that these black girls are doing, like Northwest, or like you see how much slander and vitriol people are giving Northwest versus Alabama Barker. Like Alabama Barker, of course, gets backlash, but Northwest, to me, like people are saying, oh, she looks so grown. Mind you, this girl is out here walking around with colored wigs. Her and her friends are walking around out here looking like the Powerpuff Girls. Like, and even the song she dropped to me even was like an age-appropriate baddie anthem. They're out here giving high fashion art, sticky tattoos and stuff, stuff like that. Like OMG girls, just a little more of the times. And, oh my God, North looks so grown. Why can't she look like Blue Ivy? You ask me. But my whole point is, back to Alabama Barker and whiteness. First of all, the problem was never that black women, all of that stuff is made up because black women are the originators, the creators, and black girls, this. So black girls, to all the girls that are my age group, younger than me, whatever the case may be, know that you are the creator. Know that you still to this day, but, beyond even holding the Eve gene, you are the creator of fashion trends, makeup trends, beauty trends, hair trends. So when these people come on here and they talk, and then they package, they bring you Brit Barbie in a Barbie box, and they say, look, all of these black people, I love Alabama Barker, she's so tea, ha. For what? What does Alabama Barker do that makes her so tea besides act like a black person? And it's not up for debate anymore because white people even know when people are acting like a black. They know Alabama Barkers. They look at her because when they see these people in real life, they're like, oh, they're ghetto. They're trying to act ghetto. Me and you would probably be like, okay, when you see those white boys who try to, they call it dressing ghetto, but the white boys that try to act black, oh, he's ghetto, or oh, she's ghetto. You know what I'm saying? They know. So that's why it goes back to black people and their unhealthy upset. A lot of black people need to admit this. They have unhealthy obsessions with whiteness and proximity to whiteness. It's the same thing. I've been reading a book. It's called Born a Crime. And how Trevor Noah, he can't get, he doesn't get beat at home because he's white by his grandmother. And his grandma or his great grandmother believes she saw a demon, or heard a demon because she's blind. And she asked him to pray in English because the devil can't speak English, the white people's language, apparently. It's a really sick and twisted society, and it's a really sick and twisted society for black women especially, because it's like you constantly have to see people be propelled for literally copying everything about your identity. Everything that you are criticized and critiqued for, and literally being propelled and oh, she's so great. Oh, she's so excellent. I don't know. It's a mess.
And so I don't want to necessarily make this video just about race, but more so about women who intentionally curate their surroundings to put themselves in spaces with women of a certain look or befriends women of a certain look because it makes them look better in a way. It makes them stand out in a certain way, but it's also rooted in insecurity because I've heard people talk about Alabama not necessarily hanging out with white girls because in the white community, in the white culture, their aesthetics or what they deem as socially attractive or socially pretty is very thin women, right? And Alabama has the opposite look. She has the big hair, she has the lips, she has the body, she wears the clothes, she talks the talk, right? We call it AAVE, right? The vernacular or the language or the talk that we use in the Black culture or in certain parts of the Black culture is what she gives. And so she doesn't, and it's also questioning, like, and I question, why does she do it, right? And we're talking about it in this video because why does she not hang out with girls who grew up with the same resources that she had, right? Like a Malaya Obama or a Sasha Obama, right? Because I'm going to say it all the time and time again. Black women, Black people are not a monolith. We are so diverse in so many different ways. And she can easily go and hang out with someone who grew up privileged in the same way or a similar way that she grew up in, right? And so, like I was saying, at the end of the day, she can remove all of the aesthetics of what she is given, right? I don't know if she had lip fillers or anything like that, or any procedure work done, but she does have a lot of the things that the people in the Black community deem as attractive: the body, the hair, the lips, the makeup, the clothes, the way she carries herself, right? And so she put her in the midst of all of this drama, like, it gives that none of these girls were friends, right? They were all fake friends because it seemed like they probably befriended one another because they're all pretty, right? And those type of friendships never work out. And I'm saying this because I don't have that experience, but I've seen it, right? With my own friends who befriend girls in a friend group, and they're all friends because, oh, we're pretty, oh, we can skip the lines to get into the club, or we can, and now in today's age, right, get in the club, because if you don't have a certain look, girl, you ain't getting in the club. So you got to make sure all of y'all are baddies or all of y'all are super pretty so that you can get in the club or get whatever social brownies or social bonus points that you can get in this day and age as being a young person who is in the limelight or in the scene. And so Alabama, I think also she hangs with these girls because of the money that she has, and she knows she can have social dominance, but because she also stands out in a way. She stands out because she's a white girl with this quote unquote Black girl aesthetic with all these other Black girls, and there's something to gain from that, right? But like I said, at the end of the day, she can take all of that off and be the white girl that she is. Like when she was talking about all of this drama, right? She was crying, and then people were feeling bad for her. I was like, well, she needs to hang with people who has the same amount of money as her or the same amount of resources or grew up the same way she grew up, right? Because I'm just assuming that RJ and Somaya did not grow up with the same resources as a Alabama Barker, right? And so there's something to be said about that. Like, why are you hanging with these girls of a certain aesthetic instead of the girls that you can probably quote unquote relate more to, and it's just not necessarily having to dress or act like them, but kind of like in a way where it's like y'all grew up going to private school or growing up in this certain lifestyle. You should be able to relate more to them because you can't relate to an RJ or to a Somaya in a way that you could probably relate to a girl in Calabasas that went to your same school. But a lot of people are saying she doesn't hang with the white girls, and she doesn't have to hang with the white girls, but they say she doesn't hang with them because she doesn't fit their aesthetic. And it's easier, and I've heard this time and time again through different people when they talk about when certain white girls infiltrate, I don't even want to say the word infiltrate, but like participate or be a part of the aesthetics of the Black community, it's for a reason, because they can't get the same social ranking or social hierarchy they can in their own community or in their own culture. And it's easier for them to get whatever that they want out of the Black culture. And we've seen this time and time again with like Kid Rock, right? Kid Rock did songs with Jay-Z, and now he's Mr. MAGA, and seen it with Jelly Roll. Don't know much about him, but people talk about how when Jelly Roll first came out, very soulful, very whatever. The black culture was very accepting of him and how he was, but now he's like flipped and did a 180, right? We see this all the time, what people take from the black culture. Even the most recent I could think of is the Mr. Tenderism, right? Who made that restaurant in California, I think it's in California, made that restaurant in California blow up because of the culture, the black culture. And now he's seemingly, people are speculating, no longer works there. And he's on his own, you know, like he's no longer there. And it's kind of like we've seen this time and time again, how people from the white culture or the white community come to the black culture, black community to gain something, to get something, and at the end of the day, they are done and don't want to use them because they got what they wanted out of the situation, right? And so I don't necessarily want to make this video about race, even though we talked about race. I wanted to make this more so about women who intentionally curate their spaces and put themselves in a space where they can capitalize, monetize, gain, or get something from it, and when they're done, kind of just discard. Because there's something to say about Alabama intentionally picking out these specific girls to be friends with. Why is she doing that? Let me know what y'all guys' thoughts are about this whole situation with Alabama Barker, RJ, and Somaya. They have all flipped on each other, girl, because they were never true friends at the end of the day. And my name is Brittany Janae. Hopefully my mic was on because, girl, I had to film this video 3 times. And I will see y'all in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.